Okay, so today I will be reviewing a video. I did not make this video, I am just merely reviewing it. And the original video has no commentary. So this is a 26-minute video um, depicting how to make bendy buses more popular again. And from what I can see, this is just like known information. Okay, so he already took up like nearly 2 minutes for the intro. So overcrowded problem. Now, I don't think bendy buses actually solve the overcrowded problem like he's saying. So he's saying overcrowding is still a problem for public transport. And this will happen okay, he's talking about like increasing population above 6 million, I think. But, okay, I don't really get this. He's saying although double-decker buses fixes the problem of overcrowding, however, there are some bus services that have double-decker restrictions, he's saying. But bendy buses might solve the problem of overcrowd. Okay, it's the thing about this is that the flow is like quite disjointed. I'm not sure what he's trying to talk about. So let me just. Okay, for bendy buses, passengers will board and alight the bus more quickly than. Okay. So the thing is, he really needs to rephrase this. This one means it just simply means better pax flow. It has got nothing to do with overcrowding. That is because a bendy bus, on average, I mean typically can only carry like around 140 passengers, and double deckers, the best ones can carry I think around 130. So it's just 10 additional. Just because you use a bendy bus, it doesn't mean that you will lessen the crowds. Yes, granted that the PAX is able to like, you know, board and then vacate, I mean exit the bus more quickly, but it doesn't solve the root cause of like overcrowding. If you're talking about passengers like cramming all into one spot, then I'm like maybe yes, but it doesn't solve the overcrowding issue. And this is merely just speeding up boarding and alighting. So let's move on. Even though both buses can carry okay, there are several obstacles that they won't. Okay, again, the phrasing needs to improve. But adding more bendies and double deckers will solve the. Okay, I don't get it. It's like you're supposed to be talking in favor of either double decker buses or bendy buses. You don't just, tell me that bendy buses can do this, double decker buses can do this, so let's do both. No, your point has to be either supporting or like refuting something. It's like if your whole video is to say, if the main point of your video is to say why bendy buses should be considered instead of double decker buses, you cannot do stuff like this. It has to link back to the original question or like the title of your video. Their only option is to add. I've talked about this before. Again, this one, the phrasing really needs to improve. This is because, okay, it's not because they're too long or what. It's you're not supposed to phrase it like that. It's just merely bendy buses are like on average 18 meters, even though they can stretch up to 21 meters for like Mercedes-Benz capacity. But okay, I get his point, but again, it's just a phrasing, so it's not really a big deal. But let's hope that they will add. Okay, the flow needs improvement, just like the PAX flow, and hopefully this will solve the problem of over. No. You have to redo this section, please. Number 2, airport services. Many people in Singapore will go to, okay, this is because it contains Jewel and Terminal 5, even though I highly doubt that they would actually amend existing services into Terminal 5, maybe just one or two, but I highly doubt they would actually touch 858. Will become very crowded, okay. Bus service 27 and 858 still have overcrowding. I think his point is probably saying that, okay, Changi Airport Group doesn't allow double-deckers into their compound, so, okay. Okay, this video was probably made like, I forgot when this video was made, but again, this one, it's badly phrased and people might get the wrong idea from this. So they did trial some double-decker buses, but because of clearance issues at one of the terminals, like I think it was like the departure hall, they tried to send buses there and then there was a clearance issue. Or maybe Changi Airport Group, they started making noise. So adding more Bendy buses is the best option for overcrowded passengers. Okay, yeah, this is correct. Changi Airport is one of the busiest airport in the... Okay, the issue is it's a bus video, so why are you talking about this? And this information is not needed. I mean, like, if anything, you should be talking about the workers. It's not just people going to Jewel or like for shopping in Changi Airport. Majority of the demand, especially during peak hours, it comes from like the people who work in PTB 312 basement. It's the airport workers. And it's not just the people going for shopping. So this video failed to bring this up. But let's hope, okay, never mind. And this will become a okay, what will become a reality? You have to specify. Singapore to Malaysia services. Okay, I'm not going to comment too much about this because this really depends on Malaysia whether they would consider allowing bendies for like 160, 170, 950 or whatever, but I'm just going to skip through this section because it's like there's nothing much you can do about this. Nice animation. Maybe one... Okay, you have to be more assertive. You don't just go around saying, well, who knows, maybe. You have to be more assertive. Singapore doesn't have BRT, but let me just see what this is talking about. Okay, he says it's clearly impossible to do, but other country... This is the number one issue. You don't say, okay, this thing works in another country, let's bring it to Singapore. But I'm just gonna move forward. Bus, okay, he's talking about BRT. Are built in the middle, okay. They will operate, okay. Are allowed to, okay, so he's talking about being grade separated from the rest of the road, okay. Okay, he's talking about the problems with BRT in Singapore, okay. This is, okay, again, this is kind of conflicting with his title. He's just saying, how do you make bendy buses more popular in Singapore? You don't say BRT and then say, oh, Singapore cannot have BRT, so this idea is completely thrown out of the window. It doesn't make sense. It's not linking to your title. You're supposed to be promoting bendy buses, not saying, oh, there other countries use BRT, but Singapore cannot use BRT. No, you're not supposed to do it like that. And why would we have to build the BRT even though Singapore has a lot of public... This sentence, like, it makes no sense, but what he's trying to say is basically there is no need to build BRT because the current public buses, like, they're already sufficient. You don't really have to invest so many resources just for a BRT that is only like in a specific area and it doesn't really help out a lot. Maybe you could put a BRT in TPE, but again, TPE only has like a few lanes. It wouldn't even solve the problem, and you would still have to filter left to exit the expressway anyway. So that is completely out of the question. You just cannot put bus lanes or BRT on the expressways. So yeah. But who knows again? Airshow services. Okay, again, airshow services. This is just merely PAX flow. I don't even have to. I don't even have to like go into detail. Again, I feel you need to be more assertive and stop just throwing things like unnecessary details that don't even add anything to the discussion. Airport buses again. Okay, workers. Okay, this one is something that yeah you can consider. I know Changi Airport Group is like kind of they don't really like this, but okay, at least this is not a bad idea. What is this? Okay, so this is just talking about MRT bridging bus. To be honest, during MRT bridging bus, like whatever bus you use, it doesn't necessarily matter. It just needs the capacity. And the only way bendy buses would help out is to speed up boarding and alighting. But this also means that you would run into another problem. So it's like during disruption and stuff like that, you will need to take away the bendy buses that are doing like the feeder services. Just you would have to pull all of these buses just to cover the MRT. You have to pull them just so that they can do this designated service. So the feeder services they wouldn't have the bendy buses anymore. And then you would have to like pretty much pull your entire fleet just to do said bridging bus service, which is not very effective. And if you buy a fleet of bendy buses just for this purpose, like Task Force 50, if you buy bendies just for that purpose, they would spend like solely for that purpose, they would spend most of their time just rotting in the depot. So again, this one I disagree with. What is this? To fix the problem of overcrowding. Is this a new point? Did I just... Oh wait, no, this is the same point. Okay, he's just bringing an example from another country, so that's okay. Okay. There is a... You don't have to say this. Again, he's like repeating again and again and again. Just like how I was repeating just now. You have to cut out all of these useless sentences that don't mean anything. Let me tell you, this is not going to work. This is just not going to work. Even in other countries, this is not going to work. Okay, trams in Singapore are... It's a very controversial issue, especially given that people here generally don't know how to drive or be courteous, considerate to other road users. So This one is not gonna work. Oh, okay, but he's talking about Sentosa. This one is a different thing. This one is not really a public bus. This one is like a tourist bus. Yeah, I know what he's talking about. I thought he was referring to like actual trams. Number 10, final bus service to Mandai doesn't need Bendy buses, okay? No, no. You don't need them. And even 927, you just have to run more buses. You don't necessarily, it's not the priority. No, 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 no. This is because double-decker buses won't be able to go there and might end up hitting the rain. Okay, he's talking about low tree branches. Did this guy just say and other wild animals? No, that's not the... It doesn't matter if it's a double-decker bus or a bendy bus or a single-decker bus. They have equal chances of hitting the wild animals. It's not because the double-decker has is taller so that it has more surface. No, 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 no. This one is a huge conceptual misunderstanding. No. Oh my god. Fix your sentences, please. This is not needed. This is like being very casual. You're not assertive enough. So he's saying that Mercedes-Benz or 405G were the most popular bendy bus in Singapore with different... No, it's not different types of model. It is the same model with different bodyworks. Or you can just say different variants. He's saying... He's not adding anything new. It's just known information. That's one issue with this video. Operator doesn't matter, honestly. This one is not really relevant. You can just... There are already electric bendy buses that are RHD, right-hand drive, in the market right now. I feel this video is like really draggy for no reason, especially the parts where he's saying like, oh, let's hope this will happen in future. It's just repeating the same thing again. This one, it's not dependent on the entire organization. It's dependent on that one person's, but I'm not gonna be so critical about this. But let's hope this idea will be interesting and make it into a real... No, please don't. Stop. Okay, never mind.